Hello everyone, welcome back. I've gone ahead and done a little messing around with our cards, but outside of that, nothing much. Our next invitation takes us here.
대표님, 시간이 꽤 흘렀는데도 소식이 없어요. 분명 그 도서관이라는 곳에서 무슨 일이 벌어졌을 거예요.
쥐도새도 모르는 사이에 자취가 사라지는 해결사들은 널렸어. 죽었든 튀었든 간에 연락이 없다면 계약 위반으로 사무소에서 제명이야. 그리고 네가 말한 초대장 건은 증거 불충분이다. 종이에 서명하자 문이 생기고 그곳으로 걸어 들어갔다니. 부자놈들의 장난이나 날개의 특이점 실험일 수도 있겠지. 우리 윤 사무소에서는 그런 일에 시간 낭비 안 할 거야.
제가 아직 구급 해결사이긴 해도 이건 뭔가 다르다는 것이 느껴져요.
그렇군요. 이렇게나 감이 좋으신 구급 해결사님이 이런 누추한 사무소에 고용되셔서 안타까울 따름입니다. 잘 들어, 우물한 개구리. 네가 아직 모르는 미친 일들이 이 도시에서는 숨쉬듯 일어나고 있어. 무슨 일이 일어나도 이상하게 여길 여지조차 없다는 거야. 당장 눈앞에서 증거를 보여줄 수도 없는 일은 시작할 가치조차 없어.
그럼 대표님 앞에 놓인 그 봉투는 뭐죠?
뭐? 애송이 자식, 무슨 개수작이야?
전 정말 아무것도 하지 않았어요.
잠깐 나가 있어. 여기 윤사무소다. 이번에야말로 촉이 왔어. 애들 붙이게 전 좀 땡겨줘. 아니, 이번에는 느낌이 나쁘지 않다니까? 네 말대로 허사일 수 있긴 하지. 내 쪽에서 한 번 더 확인해 볼 수는 있어. 썩 내키는 방법은 아니지만. 그래, 적합한 녀석이 한 명 있지.
해결사는 사무소를 거치지 않고는 일을 시작하지도 못하나 보네.
뭐 형식상으론 그렇지. 나 같은 경우는 1인 사무소였지만 말이야. 돈 되는 것에 덤벼드는 건 조직이나 해결사나 다를 게 없다니까. 보아하니 세상 물정 모르는 꼬마까지 이용하려는 것 같고.
와, 이곳이 도서관. 그래, 대표의 말대로면 이번 일을 통해 협회 후원도 노려볼 수 있다고 했지? 제대로 한번 해보자.
환영합니다, 해결사 손님. 저는 도서관의 관장이자 사서 엔젤라입니다.
안녕하세요. 저는 윤사무소의 해결사 핀입니다. 이곳에서 정말 많은 정보가 담긴 책이라는 것을 구할 수 있는 것인가요?
네, 그럼요. 당신이 초대장을 받고 이곳에 왔다는 것은 그런 뜻이니까요. 부디 당신의 책을 찾으실 수 있기를.
Like I said, look at this protagonist-ass manga kid. Like, he belongs in a shonen manga, or anime, or anything. Just the whole upbeat attitude, wanting to be better, you know, trying to make his way in the world, and it's... well, this is the reality of the situation. This one always makes me a bit sad. Alright, well... sorry, kid. Sorry. So, this is kind of dark, but now you can see how stagger works. Now that he is staggered, all of his resistances are fatal. And he can't take his turn. So... sorry. But goodbye. That one I always feel bad about. There's a lot of fights in this game where you don't feel bad about murdering the awful people, but this one sets the tone and it hurts. got his book though.
이런. 아무리 그래도 애송이 녀석이 부스러지는 것을 보는 건 유쾌하지 않구만.
전에 네 입으로 말했잖아. 이 도시에서 이 정도는 굉장히 공평하고 점잖은 방식이라고. 도시에서는 대부분 타이에 의해 강제적으로 일어나는 일들 투성이라고 했지. 하지만 도서관은 달라. 이곳에 들어오는 손님들은 원하는 것을 얻기 위해 서명을 통한 동의와 함께 도서관에 입장한 거야. 이 과정에서 그 어떤 강압도 없었지. 전부 그들의 선택과 대가야.
뭐 그렇긴 한데 그래도 이건 좀 뭔가 치사하다는 생각이 들어서.
Alright, so. Oh boy. Here's where things get really fun. So every floor, because we'll get more floors as this opens up, spoiler alert, they each have a number of requirements. As soon as we meet them, we can fight a special assignment called
처음에
an
내뱉은 것
abnormality.
치고는 얌전히 잘해주는 것 같네.
This game is a sequel to another game called Lobotomy Corporation, which is also an amazing game. I just can't play it because it's like an RTS base builder, it's not like a frickin', StarCraft 2 kind of RTS. It's a management RTS, and I suck at those, and it's really hard, so I can't play it. I've just watched it, but yeah, those who know about that know what abnormalities are, and for those who don't, oh boy, you're in for a treat here in a minute.
첫인사를 그렇게 험악하게 해놓고 무슨 대답을 원하는 거야? 나라고 안 놀랐겠어? 어딘지도 모르는 곳에 덩그러니 떨어졌는데 처음 만난 사람이 대뜸 팔다리부터 날렸으니 처음엔 막막했는데 몇 번 해보니 대충 어떻게 손님을 접대할지 알겠거든. 불만이 아예 없는 건 아니지만
불만?
또 그렇게 노려보네. 무슨 얘기를 못하겠어.
됐으니까 이야기나 해.
아니 뭐 역시 혼자서 접대하기는 벅차단 말이지. 한 명씩 오는 놈들이면 몰라도 여럿이 몰려올 때면 저 많은 걸 어떻게 다 상대해야 하나 싶다니까. 혼자로는 버거워질 때가 오지 않겠어? 지금이야 별거 아닌 허한 조직들이니 가능하지. 게다가 감정을 끌어내야 하느니 뭐니. 손님들을 그냥 죽여서도 안 된다며. 뭐야 그 묘한 표정은.
방법이 아예 없는 것도 아니지. 그게 최선일지는 모르겠지만.
네가 나서 보려고?
아니, 대신 도움을 받을 수 있는 존재가 있어.
그 존재라는 게 뭔데?
강력한 힘과 능력을 지니고 있었지만 지금은 겨우 숨만 붙어서 형체도 유지 못하고 있는 존재들.
이 도서관에서 너와 나 말고 살아 숨쉬는 것을 본 적이 없는데.
널 도와줄 사서들과 함께 책 속에 잠들어 있어. 그들이 살기 가장 적합한 장소로 만들어졌거든.
사서? 책 속의 존재?
지금은 내가 말해준 정도만 알고 있어도 돼. 도서관이 성장하는데 도움을 줄 수 있다는 것이 중요하니까.
그래, 뭐 그렇다 치고 잠들어 있는 존재라는 게 어떻게 우리를 도와주는데?
책 안으로 들어가서 갇혀있는 사서들을 꺼내오면 돼. 아마 각자 다른 이유로 그들의 힘에 침식해 있을 거야. 그들은 매우 불안정한 상태라 우리를 믿지 못할 거고.
우리를 침입자로 생각한다는 거군.
맞아. 그리고 만약 모든 시련을 뛰어넘는다면 그들도 너를 받아주겠지.
너무 막연한데. 지금은 엄청 약해진 상태라며 도움이 될 수 있긴 한 거야?
그들이 직접적으로 손님을 대접해주는 게 아니야. 그들을 이해하고 받아들일 수 있다면 직접적으로든 간접적으로든 사서들에게 힘을 주는 거지.
아, 여전히 감도 안 잡히고 아득하네. 어쨌든 네 말은 그들이 우리에게 시련을 주고 그 시련을 이겨내야 비로소 인정받아 힘을 빌릴 수 있다는 거군. 책 안에 들어간다라. 동화에나 나올 법하구만.
네 말대로 손님의 감정을 최대한으로 끌어올리기 위해서는 그들의 힘이 필요하니까 아무쪼록 성공하길 바랄게.
아, 예. 여부가 있겠습니까?
Okay, so in Lobotomy Corporation, you were managing a company that is basically the SCP Corporation. And, well, abnormalities are like SCPs. I don't want to like say they're exactly the same or it was a copy. I'm just saying it's very strongly inspired by that kind of, that kind of concept. And well, now we're gonna fight one. So this is a little bit different than our usual fight. Because abnormalities, they've got special mechanics usually and passives. So this one, well, takes less damage from slash and also has really strong block dice. So actually, reading this, I don't want to use any of my attacks because his block dice are going to be really strong. So I'm just going to let this rock. And you see from there, because he had only defensive dice, it doesn't hurt me. I mean, I have to attack him. I do. But that's an example of just showing off what you can do with certain pages and take advantage of their dice layout. Now, since I have to attack him, I'm going to try and high roll on these and see how it works. There we go. As you saw from that last one, that little deflect, I had a higher block than he did, so I did a bit of stagger damage. So not red health damage, but yellow damage. This one is a little bit tough. Let me go ahead and see if I can pop him. Oh, look at that. Perfect. So he is staggered, meaning I'll probably be able to kill him right here. So, if you hadn't updated your cards and you're just still rocking out with the rats level of cards, this might have been a little tough, but this is a tutorial. It's meant to be fairly easy, so let's just do some big damage. And then let's go ahead and take him out. So, as you saw there, he had 6 attack, I had 5 block. His attack still went through, and I got the paralysis, but it only did 1 damage total. Paralysis basically means that, yeah, your maximum rolls are reduced, so it's a little tougher. Let me go ahead and let's try and get some light back. Okay. There we go. Paralysis is worn off. So now let's see if I can actually get something going here. So, that's why evade dice are really good. Because now he's wasted all of his dice. While I only had to use my 1, and also I regained all of my stagger. And now he's dead. That is definitely not how all abnormality battles are going to go, but that's a good example of a start. They get really hard, but really awesome at the same time. So let's see where this takes us. So with each abnormality battle, your floor levels up, which won't be a factor until later. You also get a librarian, and abnormality pages, and emotional level threshold. Lots of stuff here, but don't worry. We'll go through it one step at a time. Abnormality pages. These are like special perks and add-ons that you get during fights as the fight goes on. Emotional threshold is essentially just saying how much damage you've dealt, how much damage you've taken. There's a lot of factors that kind of tie into the emotional threshold, but essentially the longer the fight goes on and the more you exchange blows, the higher the threshold rises. And that allows you to use these pages. So, I can throw these pages onto Roland. And now, if I throw this one on him, he'll take less damage from Slash. It can even reduce damage of an attack to 0. 20% chance. It's really strong. Now, why are some green while this one is red? Well, that's because these two are based on good emotions. I'm not going to get into the complexity of how emotions are calculated. There's a lot that goes into it. Honestly, there are meme videos about how the process works. But the gist of it is that the more things you win, like the more clashes you win, the more times you block, the more times you successfully evade, that's good emotion. Bad emotion is getting hit, or having a draw, or rolling the minimum number, and such. So later on in the game, you kind of want to tailor your strategy based on how good you're doing, and sometimes you want to let yourself get hit to accumulate those negative emotions to get some higher level red cards. So yeah, that's kind of how that works. And just for general knowledge, the number in the top left just corresponds to the level of emotion. So, when you start off, your emotion's going to be at 0, then rises to 1, then 2, then 3. Also, a thing to note is that you actually get more books if you reach a higher emotional level. So sometimes you want to just kind of ride out a battle if you really want the books there, and you know that you can win. But only if you're confident. So, check this out. We have a new librarian. I don't want to try and pronounce this Germanino? I don't care, whatever. Here's a fun thing about librarians. You can customize them. So you can do everything from name to title to appearance. So, if anyone actually, is watching this, by the time I get around to this next couple sections and episodes here, go ahead and give me like I don't know. If you want, you can give me like a rough description of what you want to look like, and give me like either hairstyle or eyes, and like, what page you want to wear, and give me like a name, and I'll throw it in. Why not? I can even change the color of the hair and stuff if I do that. So there's a lot of customization you can do, and we will have a lot of librarians. So don't worry about having things being weird. I don't know why this. Oh, wait, on the wrong person. There we go. Don't worry about these slots. Battle symbols are the most like non-important thing in the entire world. They're basically like another piece of gear that you slap on, but the bonuses they give are so low, like plus 1 HP, that you never really actually notice them. So I just pretend they're not there, and I just throw them on when I get them. But I've done enough of that. We have some books to burn. Nice. Okay, perfect. So these are some good cards, especially Struggle here. It's a very good defensive card. And also Finn's page has a decent passive on it where you gain +1 attack power when essentially anyone dies. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this current page as, basic. Perfect. And then I'm going to empty this, throw the new page on Roland, so now he's got Finn's page, and then there's my deck. Very, very necessary for the end game. You need it to be doing this. Otherwise, it's going to be impossible to figure out what's going on and what needs to happen. It's just too much. So, honestly, like, just make sure you're keeping up on your deck stuff, and save over. And now, let's go to my friend here. Throw on fence page because I have an extra copy of it. And let's import. Perfect. As long as you have the right amount of cards to facilitate a deck, you can always just throw them in and import them in. So you can have an entire team using the same deck list. You just need to have the cards for it. So it incentivizes you to go back and farm if you either don't have it or you're missing some. So hey, let's not dilly-dally and let's keep her going after I explained a whole bunch of mechanics. So let's send him in.
피는 역시 실패한 건가? 오래 갈 것 같은 놈은 아니었지. 빚을 지더라도 괜찮은 개조 시술이라도 받거나 재능이라도 출중해야 했어. 하지만 결국 그 무엇 하나 없는 분수를 모르는 놈이었을 뿐이지.
싹싹하고 귀염성 있어서 마음에 들었었는데 아쉽네. 근데 곧 죽을 녀석이었다는 것은 나도 동의.
그나저나 축하한다. 8급 해결사가 되었으니 선택지가 좀 생겼겠어.
그래, 그러니까 조심하라고. 두둑이 안 챙겨주면 적당한 사무소로 이적할 수도 있으니까. 요즘 사무소 월세는 물론이고 세금 내는 것에도 허덕인다며?
안 그래도 핀에게 맡긴 일이 그 답으로 보여.
아까 말했던 도서관과 초대장 말이구나? 그런데 어떻게 얻는지도 모르고 갑자기 소살한 물건이라면서?
확실하지 않으면 부르지도 않았어. 여기 또 다른 초대장이 왔었다.
그렇다는 거지?
이번 일은 우리 사무소에 사활이 걸린 건이야. 도서관은 분명 돈이 된다. 이건 내 촉이지. 그러니 가능한 모든 걸 투입할 거야.
그래, 한번 팔자 펴보자고. 안 그래도 이번에 공방에서 괜찮은 놈을 거금을 들여서 데려왔지.
손님들의 각오가 대단하네. 이쪽도 그에 못지않은 준비를 해야겠어.
사무소 단위로 이곳에 오다니. 떨거지 사무소로 해도 지금 도서관의 수준을 보면 각오 좀 해야겠는데. 만약 녀석들이 네가 있는 곳까지 도착하면 어쩌냐?
손님들은 준비된 방 이외의 곳으로 갈 수 없어. 그렇게 되어 있는 곳이야. 꽤 창대한 힘에서 비롯된 공간이니까. 그런데 넌 신기하게도 내가 있는 방으로 왔지. 초대마저 받지 않았는데 말이야. 그리고 나도 내 몸을 지킬 힘 정도는 있어. 환영합니다, 손님.
네가 이곳의 주인이겠군.
딱히 강해 보이지도 않는걸?
이곳에 왔던 핀이라는 녀석은 어떻게 됐지?
아, 그 손님은 책이 되셨습니다.
죽으면 책이 된다는 건가?
실패할 것을 알면서 보내놓고 이제 와서 감상에 젖으신 건가요?
닥쳐. 어차피 알면서 이용당하고 버려지는 게 우리의 삶이니까.
부디 당신의 책을 찾으실 수 있기를.
Alright. So, over here, kind of like the game was showing off, you can actually see that we have 2 fights in this scene. Scenes are the name of the battle, and acts are how many fights there are. So, we're going to start with these 2, and then the next fight will be something else. Now, kind of like Roland was alluding to, and Angela, if you didn't prepare or put any cards on your friend here, this could be a tough fight. However, not to toot my own horn, I know what I'm doing. Gonna keep updating my cards, and we're probably just gonna smash this. So now it's teaching you about emotion level, kind of thing I was talking about earlier. So this here is emotion level, and it rises as time goes on, with red being your max. So now you can see, now that we have multiple librarians, things get a little bit more complicated and a lot more fun too. So, could open the gut harvesting, and now here's something neat we can do. So usually what would happen is I'd attack him, he'd attack me, we'd clash, I'll probably win, and then she would come over and hit me because, well, I already used my card, like I have nothing to defend myself. Well, if my speed dice is higher than hers, I can intercept the attack. So now, I force her to attack me instead of her attacking Roland. And now here's where a lot of the strategy comes in, because then you'll be having multiple librarians, and you can basically pick apart your enemy and gang up on some of them and divert their attack somewhere else, and the whole strategy of the game just completely goes wild. But for now, it's fairly simple, but just know that I'm going to pull her card away from Roland because I have a higher speed. And now, the outcome. Clash. And then he had a high defense. So, emotion level has risen. Here's my positive coins, here's my negative coins. Don't worry too much about it, honestly. You just have to kind of keep in the back of your head a little bit, but it's not going to matter too much. So, for me personally, I like more offensive options. However, I like more offensive options. So, I'm gonna put this on Roland. So now, whenever Roland attacks 3 times, he's gonna frickin' debuff their stagger, which is really great. And as you can see, the card pops up when I hover him, so I can tell that he has it. So now, let's go ahead and pop him with that, and then you, my friend, can come over here and just take her out. Oh. Well, I figured she'd roll a little higher, but she's gonna die to... Never mind. The blade fell off. Oh well. Hit her with that. And then just gonna overkill. Probably should have just overkilled the other one too. But it's fine. One shot. And goodbye. Like I said, these first battles aren't gonna be all that difficult. But now... Look at this. This is a little tough. These guys have like some decent cards if you were just rolling with your basic rat cards. Also a very small note that you can check out here. Since I lost a little bit of health as Roland, you can see that his box is not completely filled up. So it's an easy way to double check to see where you're at threshold wise. But that'll be more important later. For now, let's go and fight Mr. Yoon. Alright. So, what do we got? I kind of want to focus Yoon first. I feel like he's way more dangerous than she is. And for her, let's just go ahead and play a little bit defensively. Perfect. That's a stagger. And that's an immediate stagger. Well, this fight's over. I was hoping I'd show off a little bit more of their abilities, but that's fine. Also, another thing to note, one thing that makes emotion cards and abnormality cards really powerful, you'd stack them. So now, whenever Roland makes 3 successful attacks, not only does he the bonus stagger damage, but also he can take the less damage from slash attacks and can reduce his damage down to 0 to 20% chance, yada yada yada. So, stacking emotion, really powerful. Honestly, and unless it's a very rare case, you don't even want to spread them out. It's honestly better to just stack them all on your most powerful person and just have them go to town. But, let's go ahead and ignore that for now, and let's just clean up the trash. Didn't get to say it earlier, but I might as well say it now. The passive that Roland has where you attack 3 times and you do the bonus stagger, this is just what that indicator is, in case you were confused by this popping up. Goodbye. And goodbye, Yoon. That's what you get for sending Finn in to die. Honestly, he got what he deserved.
훌륭해. 특히 윤이라는 손님에게는 의미 있는 책이 나올 것 같아.
전부 불에 뛰어드는 나방이야. 윤이라는 녀석도 이것저것 머리 굴리는 것 같았지만 얻고자 하는 것을 위해 앞뒤 안 보고 불길로 뛰어들었잖아.
한 번 눈 떠버린 욕망은 걷잡을 수 없이 밀려 들어와. 오래전에 들은 말이지. 하지만 과연 그 욕망이란 것이 진실된 것일까?
너 웃긴다. 돌려 말하지 말라고 했으면서 자기가 뜬구름 잡는 소리 하네. 어딘가에 사서님이 들었으면 팔다리 한 짝씩 날려버릴 만큼의 의미 부여된 말이었어.
책이나 분류하도록 해.
엔젤라 말대로 정말 층이 확장됐군. 안녕, 난 롤랑이...
엔젤라, 난 아직도 용서할 수 없어. 엔젤라, 넌... 그 이야기라면 전에 끝났어. 넌 잠자코 내게 협력하면 되는 거야. 그런 거래였잖아? 그리고 모처럼 얻은 피가 흐르는 몸을 즐기도록 해봐. 인간의 몸을 줬다고 내가 기뻐할 것 같아? 잊지 마. 난 너에게 찬성 못한다는 걸. 그러던가.
숨 막혀 죽는 줄 알았네.
안녕하세요. 역사의 층을 맡은 지정사서 말쿠트예요.
다행히 기운 없어 보이진 않네. 무슨 일 있었어?
엔젤라와 아직 풀리지 않은 문제가 있어요. 하지만 제 생각이 어떻든 전 엔젤라가 하라는 대로 해야죠.
나랑 마찬가지네. 이유는 좀 다른 것 같지만. 그래서 내가 무엇을 해야 할까?
롤랑 씨는 저에게 책을 가져다 주시면 돼요. 저는 역사의 층을 담당하고 있으니 롤랑 씨가 준 책 중에서 역사에 관련한 책을 분류하고 습득하는 거죠. 그렇게 받은 책을 사서가 읽고 점차 층과 도서관이 성장하는 거예요. 자연스럽게 잠들어 있는 층과 그곳의 지정사서들도 깨어나는 거죠.
다른 사서들은 잠들어 있단 건가?
네,
대충 알겠어. 아까 화내던 것 치고는 굉장히 밝네. 괜히 불똥 떨어질까봐 걱정했거든.
사정이 어떻든 제가 해야 할 일은 열심히 해야죠. 엔젤라와 저희의 문제는 당장 연례도 해결할 수 없거든요. 저는 저 나름대로 일을 열심히 해야 할 이유도 있고요.
오케이. 그럼 한번 잘해보자고.
네.
Okay. That was a lot of stuff. And now, kind of like I was alluding to before, we have a new floor. So now we've got Malkuth and another 5 slots. So, as you can see, the game blows up very quickly with what you can do and what you can achieve. And I'll have a lot of librarians, so like I said, want to be in it? Just send me your suggestions. I'm gonna go ahead and burn Yoon's book, and then I think that'll be a good end to the play session today. So let's see if I get lucky. Damn it! All right. So at least I got commandeering. You didn't get to see this card, but this card's really good early on. But hey, got a lot of Ares pages. So what's going to happen now is I'm going to go fight that fight again and see if I can grab Yoon's page or a few copies of it, because it's really good. So I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.